All right, so here we are. We're at the finish line of the Arnold reviews, and today we're going to talk about and rant on Terminator Dark Fate. Now, before I get to that, I'm also aware that Arnold also did in the same year this film, The Iron King, with Jackie Chan. And I had mentioned, about reviewing that as part of the marathon, but I think I'm going to skip that for now because, I looked up the running time for that film, and that's 2 hours, and I can safely assume that Arnold's not going to be in the film that much. I mean, I've seen Killing Gunther, and Arnold's barely in that. I mean, and I think it's just a combination of, these past few Arnold films have taken its toll a little bit. I mean, Sabotage sucked. Maggie was boring, and I fell asleep on that a little bit. Terminator Genesis, sucks. Uh, Aftermath to me was a dud. Killing Gunther annoyed me, and in rewatching this again, it's like, I'm just kind of, getting a little bit worn down, and I'm ready to get this over with. And it's been great, and going back and rewatching, some of his great movies, like Predator and Commando and Total Recall and True Lies, Last Action Hero. But to me, he hasn't made a good film since The Last Stand. I enjoyed The Last Stand. I'm not saying it's perfect, but I already mentioned some of the films he did after, and none of them have been good. Starting with Sabotage, and this one, and to me, it's worse than Genesis. I asked the question in my rant, on Terminator Genesis, which is worse, that film or this film? And I have to say this film. But so Terminator Dark Fate, directed by Tim Miller, who also directed the first Deadpool. And when it came out, you had all this stuff about the film's woke agenda and all that. And, I'll rant on some of that here a little bit, but not go too nuts because I went a little bit over the top in my review of Genesis. And again, I think it's just a combination of being kind of worn out from the last few Arnold films that I'm just ready to pull off this band-aid that is this piece of crap that is Dark Fate. This film is basically, again, like the first two movies, but it takes place in Mexico. The cast, Linda Hamilton. Again, I don't know why she really came back here. Linda Hamilton, I liked her in T1 and T2, but there's, is she god awful? No. But at the same time, it's not enough. Like, her acting in the film is not enough to save the film. I mean, you could definitely tell that, I don't know if it's because over the years of either drinking, like alcohol abuse, or smoking, what have you, but it's older Sarah Connor, basically. I mean, she's not, awful, but at the same time, I guess what I'm trying to say is you don't really care. Danny, the character in the film. Let me just look at the cast real quick. Danny in the film, who's played by Natalia Reyes. I did not care for her character. Again, she's kind of the new John Connor, but her character is nothing to her character. She has no personality. She, it's just a very one-note performance. Mackenzie Davis as Grace. Uh, I was just indifferent about her. It's like that character could work. I mean, maybe the character could work, but not in this type of movie. Arnold in the film, again, he's more human. He has a conscience. He has a family in this film. He goes by the name of Carl, and he drinks Coronas in the backyard. And he talks about drapery later on in the third act. And I just felt that whole thing was stupid. I do like the line from Sarah Connor in the film where she's like, I'm not going to call you fucking Carl. Or I'm not going to fucking call you Carl. And like, I agree. It's stupid. Why are you going to give the Terminator a name? Like, which is worse? That the Terminator is referred to as Pops in Genesis or as Carl in this film? In this film, the Schwarzenegger, he's a lot, he has a beard. He's more older. And again, he has his wife and kid, but there's no real attachment, because he's the Terminator. So he doesn't have that human connection. So I don't know. I mean, it's stupid. Drinking Coronas in the backyard. Like it's a Corona commercial. Gabriel Luna, who plays the Rev 9, I thought his performance was very one note. To me, Robert Patrick did it better. Robert Patrick can pull off the body language. He can pull off the facial expressions. This guy is just, again, I felt he was just one note and bland. And really, I could say that about everybody. I mean, again, Linda Hamilton, again, there's a couple of moments where, she's trying. I know that she had to kind of work hard to get back into shape a little bit, kind of get back into shape a little bit here. She's not in her mid-30s, here she's in her mid-60s. But you could tell that, over the years, I guess either because of alcohol or, smoking, that it's kind of taken a little bit toll on her voice a little bit. I still like Linda Hamilton. It says right here that she had to do a few... I can't even talk right. You see, this is what this movie does. It messes up my speech. It makes me fucking slur. This is what... watching these past few Arnold films have done to me. They have melted my brain. It's starting to fucking, I'm starting to break down like, I don't know. My mind is starting to break down from watching these movies. And I may not, like I said in the beginning, I may not be over the top here as I was in my review of Genesis. Because... I'm just worn down by, these last few Arnold films. I don't know what else I can really say that hasn't been said already. But getting back to what I was saying, Linda Hamilton had to do a whole year of physical fitness training and strict carbohydrate-free diet before filming began under the supervision of a fitness trainer. So... yeah, I mean, Linda Hamilton had to get back in shape. But even then, I much prefer her in T2. So, I mean, out of the cast, if you want to talk about acting, I mean, Linda Hamilton outshines everybody here. Like Mackenzie Davis, Natalia Reyes, even the villain. Arnold here... again, the Terminator character is treated once again as a joke. And Tim Miller doesn't know what the hell he's doing. And yes, again, we could talk about, the agenda and the woke agenda and all that stuff. And all that hoopla that, happened when the film came out. It's just, give me one reason why I should care about these characters. That's the thing. Why should I care about Danny? This character. That's the new John Connor. Give me one reason why I should invest in these characters. Grace. Give me one reason why, Gabriel Luna as the Rev 9 is a better villain than Robert Patrick's T-1000. And, action scenes that, if you want to talk about the action scenes, nothing worth mentioning. A lot of bad CGI. It's very dodgy, wonky, whatever term you want to use. Especially the whole scenes where they're in that airplane and everyone's bouncing around like a fucking pinball. And then the third act where you got where they land at the Hoover Dam. The scene where they break out of the Border Patrol jail. Where Sarah Connor, Danny and Grace are caught. And the Rev 9 shows up, takes out, all the guards. And again, the Terminator doesn't come into the film, probably around the 1 hour mark. Maybe a little bit before that or a little bit after. And again, it's just fucking... It's trash. I don't know, I'm trying to figure out what other word can I use to describe this movie. I don't know if I'm going to be able to top my rant on it like I did last year. Because I've already seen it before. And rewatching it again, I was waiting for it to be over. And it's just another, like Genesis, another pointless film. And once again, pissing on the Terminator property. And, wasn't James Cameron back and forth with this film too? He liked the film, but now he doesn't like the film. Just... yeah, I don't know what else I can really add here. I know this is not much of a rant. I'm not really going ape. I'm not going crazy here because, again, I'm just I think it's just more so these last few Arnold films have, again, sort of taken its toll a little bit. And I'm kind of becoming numb to some of the garbage here. I know there's worse films out there. I know, there's definitely worse films out there than Terminator Dark Fate. But at the same time, this is a film that, at the end of the day, it's just trash, woke garbage. Linda Hamilton, her coming back here doesn't save it. Even though it's nice to see her back in something, because you really haven't seen her a lot all these years. But, why come back for this? Arnold, again, is treated as a joke. The Terminator has become a cuck. Talking about draperies. And having Coronas in the backyard. And growing a conscience. Having a family. And the other characters I didn't really care about. Again, give me a reason why I should care about Danny. Give me a reason why I should care about Grace. And then Tim Miller going off, because then when the film came out, Tim Miller went off on fans and all that stuff, and the film underperforming. So, it's a 2-hour film that I wish I could get my 2 hours back. This franchise, I said this when I talked about Genesis, T3 before that. All you needed was the first 2 movies. All you needed was the first two films, and that's it. You know, T3 was bad, and you made it worse with Genesis. And the icing on top of the shit cake is Dark Fate. And to me, the Terminator is dead. This franchise is dead, buried, whatever term you want to use. And I'm going to wrap this up by saying, because really, since this film, Arnold, I know now he's getting ready to work on triplets, but based off this, Arnold, and the last few movies, Arnold, maybe it's best for you retire. For you to retire, take it easy. To me, Arnold, you have done enough. Arnold has done enough, has made some great movies in the past, but, the last two Terminator films, and in between that, a lot of duds, whether it be Sabotage, Maggie, Aftermath, Killing Gunther, Killing Gunther, and I haven't seen the Iron King, but, I can safely assume how bad that film is. And again, I know he's getting ready to work on triplets. We don't need triplets. And I don't get why this film gets a 6.2 on IMDb. And I'm just kind of going through some of the reviews right here. The best of the rest? Really? Not bad? And I agree with this. It's just a remake of the first two movies. The film, again, has bad CGI. And I'm not going to go through every review here, but again, I'm just sort of really worn down. But yeah, so, that's all I'm going to say for now with this film. It's just garbage. It's trash. And Arnold, as much as I love your work in the past, you've done some great movies, but maybe it's time, based off, these last few films here, your comeback, aside from The Last Stand, hasn't been great. It has not been great. Maybe it's time to relax. Maybe it's time to enjoy the rest of your life and, not do any more. So, yeah, that's my rant on Dark Fate. I know I didn't really go too much into the film here. I didn't go as ballistic. But again, maybe it's just I'm a little bit out of gas here in terms of, going through the past few Arnold films. And so, yeah, that's it for now. I'll just wrap it up here. But thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And up next, I'm going to do and bring you my top 11 Arnold films. My top 10 favorite Arnold, or top 11, I'm sorry, not top 10. I'm going to go that extra mile. I'm going to make it top 11 favorite Arnold films. So stay tuned for that, and have a good day.